Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, grade 4, how are you? This is your teacher Abdul Hameed here, and I finally decided to, record a lesson for you because I thought you might, I'm afraid that you might forget about the literature book. So I've been giving you exercises last. I think I have given you two exercises, two tasks to complete, and I hope you have done it. Uh, and there's no way you can submit the tasks right now, but I hope that you will bring it when you come back. And now I want to start chapter 7, and I just wanted to discuss some things in chapter 7, and then I'll excuse me, and then I'll give you exercises. Actually, just one exercise of five multiple choice questions. You can easily simply circle the answers, and you'll be done with that. Now, before I go to the main discussion of chapter 7, I just wanna recap chapter number 6. What happened in chapter 6? Um, you know, I hope that you've been reading it, chapter 5 and chapter 6. Most of you have already completed the book, but some of you are still at I think chapter 5. They were at chapter 5 when we left, so I started giving you tasks from chapter 5 and then chapter 6, and now we are in chapter number 7. So, what happened in chapter 5, chapter 6, at the end of the chapter 6? This is the last page of chapter 6 in front of us, right here. In chapter 6, as you have read, that there was a witch hunt. This was the main idea. The whole chapter 6 is going around witch hunt, and they're talking about witch hunt in it, which is their tradition. Kukwana people, their king, he plans this event to take revenge from those people who he thinks are against him and plotting against him. They don't like him. So in through this event, what he does is that King Tuala, he takes revenge, and he execute them, these people. And Gagul is the one who's helping him in running this whole event and this program of killing people. So as we know that there were a lot of people who got killed on this night of witch hunt, and people did not like it. Kukwana people, they were afraid of King Tuala, and they did not respond back to him in any way. So he took an advantage of it, and he started, taking revenge from people through this event. Now, at the end of this chapter, right here, as we can see, they are after the witch hunt. They are back in at their place, and here they decided to help Ambopa, and this is the part right here. If I had any doubts about helping Ambopa to fight that savage, they are gone now, said Captain Good fiercely. He was angry, and he was so angry at not only Captain Good, Captain Alan Quatermain, and Sir Henry. All three of them, they were very angry at Tawala because he had killed like 103 people in front of their eyes, and these people could not do anything against King Tuala. And and he even tried, Gagul even tried to get Ambopa killed in this chapter. And so this is what they're saying right now, that if Captain Good said, if I had any doubts about helping Ambopa to fight that savage, they are gone now, said Good fiercely. I could hardly sit still while that witch hunt was going on. I wonder where Infidus is. they're waiting for Infidus right now because they want to finalize that plan that they to replace King Tuala with Ambopa. Now, Ambopa, my friend, you ought to be grateful to us. You were very nearly killed back there. Captain Good told Ambopa that we helped you out. You were about to get killed over there in the witch hunt, and you have to be, thankful to us. Now, I shall not forget, answered Ambopa. Infidus will be here soon. We must wait. So we lit up our pipes and waited. Now they started to wait here for Infidus to come. Now we are gonna move on to chapter number 7. Please hold. Here we are in chapter number 7. Um, the name of the chapter is Darkness. Now, before we start this chapter, I want to tell you some things about the chapter because there will be some improper stuff in this chapter, such as the dance of girls, and they invite the king. This is another tradition and custom of the people of Kukanas. Actually, it was I believe that it wasn't the culture and of Kukwana people, but it was invented by Gagul and King Tuala. They both, they uh, invented these two events in which they secure themselves from the dangers, from the they from the possible dangers. Anyway, now in chapter number 7, we see that there is a dance of girls. As we all know that dancing, singing, all these things are, they're improper. They're not. We shouldn't be doing it. We shouldn't be getting involved in these type of acts. But since these are, of course, the natives, African people, they have their own traditions, so they follow these things. Now, in this chapter, um, they they call some girls from the town, and they have them dance. And once one of the most beautiful girl at the end of the dance is picked up by King Tuala, and then she is executed by his son Skraga, and then they they have a lot of wrong beliefs, as we have read from the beginning of the book, that they used to kill. Their first thing that we found, found about Kukwana people in chapter number 3. I remember that they used to kill King Tu's. If King had twins, they would anyone who has twins, they would discard the second twin. They would not take him, and they would get rid of him. So that was a wrong thing they used to do. Now here they are in chapter number 6, that they started a witch hunt in which a lot of people got killed. Now in chapter number 7, they are about to start a dance of girl in which a beautiful girl is chosen and killed, and serve as and being served as a sacrifice to the silent ones. Now, who are these silent ones? In the later chapters, you'll find out that silent ones are the statues, and where the mines are, the King Solomon mines are. At that place, there are 3 statues. So they call these 3 statues the silent ones. And as we know, the statues are made up of rock, and these statues are made up of rock, made by human beings, made by people. They carve the mountains and stones to develop these statues. Now there are statues, and the wrong belief of King Tuala is that if I sacrifice this girl's life for the statues and for the silent ones, I will be saved from the bad luck. Now this is one of the beliefs of King Tuala, and he does it because he thinks that I'll be safe and I'll prosper because of this. Now, in this tradition of King Tuala, and Gagood is also there, they This girl is sacrificed, and first they have a dance of girls, and then they sacrifice the girl. Now, as we can see here, chapter 7 starts. We heard the sound of footsteps. Infidus entered. They were waiting for Infidus to come. Infidus entered the hut, followed by half a dozen chiefs. He asked Ignosi to show them the sacred snake tattooed round his middle. Each chief in turn came near and examined the sign, and without saying a word, passed on to the other side. Then Ignosi told them the same story he had told us that morning. Now you have heard, chiefs, said Infidus. You have heard, chiefs, said Infidus, when Ignosi had finished, and you have seen the sign. What do you say? Will you help this man get back his father's throne, or will you not? Everyone in the land is angry with Tawala. You saw tonight how evil he is. One of the 6 men stepped forward. Your words are true, Infidus. My own brother was among those killed tonight. However, this is a matter of great importance, and the story is hard to believe. Because why? Why cannot they believe that Ignosi is the real king? Because they believe that Ignosi's mother took him when King Emotu was killed by Tuala. Ignosi's mother picked him up. He was a baby at that time, and she ran and she ran and she ran towards the mountains, on top of the mountain, and they believe that no one can survive over there. There's no way one woman with a child can survive in those mountains. There are hyenas, there are wild animals, the mountains are very very high, and no one can cross them over. There's snow there, so they believe that these there's more probability that Ignosi and his mother died in the mountains. So this is what he's saying, that the story is hard to believe. How can we be sure that this man is not lying? These white men from the stars have the power to do great magic, and Ignosi is with them. If he is indeed the rightful king, let them give us a sign for everyone to see. Now they are asking for another sign. You have the sign of the snake, I answered. This was Quatermain who said that. He actually interfered while they were, that when they were talking. So he said, "You have the sign of the snake." My lord, that is not enough. The snake may have been put there after the boy grew up. Show us another sign, for we will not move without it. They're very reluctant. They said, we cannot move. We will not follow this man if he cannot show us another sign. The chiefs went outside to wait for an answer. When I explained to Good and Sir Henry what had been said, Good immediately went to the little box where he kept his medicines. He unlocked it and took out a notebook. On one of its pages was an almanac. Almanac. What is almanac? Now, almanac is I want you guys to guess what almanac is by reading what's coming next. Now he said, "Isn't tomorrow the 4th of June? Isn't tomorrow the 4th of June?" We had kept a very careful note of the day, so we were able to answer that it was. It was 4th of June. That's very good. Then listen to what it says here. And he read out loud, 4 June, total eclipse of the moon, begins at 8:15 p.m. Greenwich time. There's our sign. Tell them we will darken the moon tomorrow night. Now he read from that little book he had in his medicine chest. He took it out, he checked it, and he found out that on 4th of June there will be a total moon eclipse. Total moon eclipse, meaning that the full moon will go dark, like we see here in the current times, that it happens, the sun eclipse, lunar eclipse, and the solar eclipse. You must have read about these two things in your science books as well. Now, this seemed a splendid idea. Suppose that the almanac is wrong. So this is Sir Henry. Sir Henry had uh, had a reservation. He said, what if the almanac is wrong and you're telling us that tomorrow will be the moon eclipse, and what if it doesn't occur, it doesn't happen, what's going to happen then? I have never known one to be wrong before, Captain Good said. The eclipse should begin here at about 10 o'clock tomorrow night and last until at least half past 12. For an hour and a half, there should be complete darkness. Well, said Sir Henry, I suppose we had better risk it. I mean, we have no other choice, so we have to risk this just to, you know, um, um, just to comfort these chiefs who are waiting outside, just to show them the sign. We need to just say it. I mean, as we all know that these people, Alan Quatermain, Sir Henry, Captain Good, they are educated people. They know things. They have a lot of knowledge of other different things. They have good experience of life in different countries of the world. So they and Kukwana people compared to these people are very comparing to these. If we compare Kukwana people with Alan Quatermain's team, we see that Kukwana people are illiterate. They have no education and they're not very knowledgeable people. So they are the team of Alan Quatermain and all these people from England. They're making fool of them because they believe whatever these people say, and they make them understand it somehow that they can do things that and like we have until now they believe that these people are from stars because they have no exposure of the world, so they didn't know that there are white people in the world as well, so they believe them anyway. Now I agreed, although I was still a bit doubtful. It might be a cloudy night, for instance, and our idea of the date might be wrong. However, I sent Mbopa to bring the chiefs back. When they arrived, I spoke to them. Great men of the Kukwanas, I said, we do not like to show our powers, but this matter is an important one. We are angry with the King and Gagul because of the killing. We have decided to give a sign that all men may see. Now tell me, can any man from earth put out the moon before the hour of setting? Meaning that Alan Quatermain asked the chief that, hey, do you know any man from the earth who could put out the moon, meaning set it down before the hour of setting, meaning before the morning starts? Can anyone do that? That the moon goes away at night time and bring darkness down upon the land. The chiefs laughed, but rather nervously. They were laughing. They were like, oh, what is this? We've never heard such a thing before. No, my lord, no man can do that, answered one. The moon is stronger than the man who looks at her. Yet, I tell you, went on, that tomorrow night, I went on, there's an I which is not clear. Anyway, yet I tell you, Alan Quatermain said, I went on, that tomorrow night, about 2 hours before midnight, we will cause the moon to be eaten up for an hour and a half. Deep darkness shall cover the earth. This shall be the sign that Inosi is indeed the rightful king of the Kukwanas. If we do this, will you be satisfied? Yes, my lord, answered the chiefs. Then it shall be done. It is good, my lords, said Infidus. Tomorrow, 2 hours after sunset. Now, here Infidus gives them a plan in which how they're gonna go about the next day after the white men had darkened the moon. Now the dance of girls starts here. Now let me just go back a little bit about talking about almanac. What is an almanac? I'll show you. Almanac is type of it's a book. It has many factual knowledge in it and giving dates and times of different things occurring. They used to have it a long time ago, but even today nowadays we have it. This is a front cover of an almanac. Right here it says 1885 almanac book. Sorry, medical almanac right here. It says right here, medical almanac and guide to health. This is a medical almanac, and there are different sorts of almanac, and there are still are almanacs. People, they're published, and this is from 1885 in Philadelphia, America. Some they had published it. Now there's another almanac here. This is a 2020 Sarawak Government Almanac, and in this almanac you can see that this is from the current times of this latest almanac of 2020. Anyway, so I just wanted to show you. In this we have dates and calendars of events that are about to happen, like moon eclipse or solar eclipse or things like that. Anyways, now moving on to back again to the chapter. In this chapter, you will read. This is a very interesting chapter. I want you guys to read it yourself and try understanding the sentences properly. And the question answers are very simple and easy. At the end, I'll show you that this is how your worksheet would look like. Read the questions intently, meaning carefully, then circle the correct answer. All you need to do is like, what is an almanac? You can just circle it like this. Okay, it should be what is an almanac. The question is incorrect. I'll have to correct it. I'll make a correction here, and you can just simple answer the questions just by circling the circling them, and that's it. Always read the teacher's note before you start, because I ask you guys to listen to this audio, this one, the one I'm recording right now, and then you can go on with your reading of the chapter and then do the question answers. There are only five, one, two, three, four, and one on the other page. Five multiple choice questions. You guys can simply complete it easily and later on submit it. I tell you guys, please complete the reading part, all the chapters. If you haven't read them yet, I suggest that you do it before the school starts, so we can move on from chapter number 9, because this is due on Wednesday, on 11th March. Today is Monday, and you have to give it back to me, and you have to complete it by Wednesday. Reading and understanding and question answers, multiple choice. You have to complete it by Wednesday, 11th March. Now, once you have done it, inshallah, on Wednesday, I'll upload another video, which will be very, very interesting. Chapter number 8. There's a war going on, and I'll have a map here in front of you on this page, and I'll explain you how the war goes on, inshallah, in that chapter. So I'll upload that video, that audio on Wednesday, inshallah. And I want you guys to read chapter number 7 and chapter 8 later on. Before joining the school, before coming back to school, you must have read 8 chapters, and you must have done all the exercises that I've been giving you, inshallah. And then from chapter 9, we'll go ahead in our class when we meet again, inshallah ta'ala. I hope you guys stay safe and keep reciting the dua of Prophet Sallallahu that he has taught us about. Especially the circumstances nowadays are totally different. The situation is not very safe because of the coronavirus, as we hear that. And I want you guys to suggest that you should recite the duas, especially this one. Allahumma inni a'udhu bika min sayyi'il asqam. Allah, please protect us from all sorts of bad sicknesses and diseases. So don't forget to recite this dua. And I hope that you guys come back to school on Monday, inshallah, and we'll carry on from there, inshallah. Alright, assalamu alaikum